So what's going on, guys? I am BlackOpsAmazing. Welcome back to another zombies storyline video, taking your questions from the comment section below and answering them. If you enjoyed today's video, as always, a like rating would be appreciated. Could we shoot for over 1,000 likes on this video? Leave any comments or questions you have down below and I will try my best to answer them in the next coming videos. Make sure you also subscribed to the channel, but with that out of the way, let's get into it. Here we go. Roblox Gamer 123 says, why does Nero from Shadows of Evil say Nikolai would be proud after turning on the power, in brackets using the fuses? So I don't know if I've answered this before. I've done so many Q&As right now, I simply can't remember every question that I've done. It seems familiar, I think I might have touched upon it. But yes, in Shadows of Evil, Nero does mention Nikolai's name, but I don't think it's the same Nikolai that you're thinking of.
Aha! Nikolai would have been proud of me.
The fact that he says it after you turn on the power and use the fuses means I actually think he's referring to Nikola Tesla. Now, actually, his name is Nikola. I mean, some people pronounce it Nikolai, but Nikolai or Nikola Tesla, I don't exactly know how you pronounce his name, was an electrical engineer. He invented loads of different things. I'm not too sure if he invented the fuse. I don't think so. But like I said, he was an inventor in electrical engineering, mechanical, and he's also known for his contribution to the design of modern alternating current, which is AC, and also electricity supply systems. So the fact that Nero says this, Nero says Nikolai's name when he puts the fuses in the electrical box, could very much be referring to Nikola Tesla, thanking him for his inventions. I mean, like I said, there's the possibility, and it's also strange the fact that he says Nikolai, or at least that's what it sounds like to me instead of Nikola. So is there the small chance he was maybe referring to Nikolai, as in Nikolai Belensky? I think that's what Treyarch wanted us to think, or they wanted us to think, who is he actually on about? Honestly, I really do think it's Tesla. I don't think he knows Richtofen or any of the other characters. I don't see why he should. As far as we know, he's never met them or heard of them, so there we go. GrandTerox03 says, hey BOA, what's your favourite perk, and also, what do you use to record your videos with? So first off, my favourite perk, I mean, everyone's going to say Juggernaut, right? It is the, well, it's going to be the best. It is the most reliable. It's the one that everyone wants to get. Juggernaut, of course, would be the standard answer, but if I had to go for something different, I don't know, some really cool ones, that's difficult, because Juggernaut honestly is the best and my favourite. I mean, Widow's Wine's pretty cool, I like that. I don't know, I would honestly have to say Juggernaut. As for what do I use to record my videos, well, the game capture that I use is an Elgato HD60. I've had these for about, I don't know, 2 or 3 years now. Before that, I used the Hauppauge HD PVR, which everybody used, but that was like 5 years ago now. They're pretty out of date. But just like everyone else, I use the Elgato HD60. Then my computer is just a custom build, and I'm not too sure about PC specs. I'm not that too into it. I think the PC itself was about £800, so it's not that high end. And then obviously the console that I play on most is PlayStation 4, but I also have an Xbox One. And then to edit, I use Sony Vegas. To make my thumbnails, I use Photoshop CS6, and then that's about it. That's all you need. The next question says, do you think it's possible that we'll play as Peter McCain in a future map? So I don't think that's going to happen, but actually thinking about it, how awesome would that be? We know that Peter has had a really interesting part to play in zombies. He's been to Varrock, Shinonuma, Gorod Karovi, Derice. But how awesome would it be if we played as Peter McCain and we go to a location that he went to during that journey that we don't know of? Treyarch could add that into the story where we play as Peter when he went to a secret Group 935 base that we never heard of, and we learn about what he did there, his story, and we play as him and possibly some other characters that he went along with the rest of his crew. I think that'd be awesome. I'd love to play as Peter in Black Ops 4, as I just think he's a really interesting character. We do know, as of right now, he should still be alive. I mean, we did see him in the Revelations trailer. We saw him wielding his gun. He obviously didn't die. He's still alive, but we never actually saw him in game. Do I think we'll hear more about Peter once again in Black Ops 4? Yes, possibly, more than likely. Do I think we'll play as him though? I don't know. I think it'd be awesome, but obviously that's a long way to go yet. We'll just have to wait, see, and I guess hope. Irene D Gordon says, BOA, I have 2 questions. Why do the monkeys in Ascension come in on landers, not space shuttles? And also, why are Richtofen and Nikolai, Takio and Dempsey stuck in Call of the Dead? Keep up the good work, please answer. So first off, 2 pretty simple answers. The monkeys come down on landers in Ascension because that is what they were sent up on. We know in Ascension, Gersh, Yuri and the other scientists were involved in a massive space program where they sent monkeys out of the atmosphere. And so they put them on these lunar landers, sent them out to space, and whilst they were up there, they became infected with 115. Once that happened, these lunar landers then came crashing back down to Earth, and that is what we see in Ascension. As for your second question, why is Richthofen, Nikolai, Takeo and Dempsey stuck in Call of the Dead? Well, after we free Gersh in Ascension, the Ultimus crew then open up a rift, they go through it and they travel to Call of the Dead, which is Siberia. But when they arrive here, they accidentally trap themselves in this little container. They were supposed to arrive just outside of the facility, but instead, Richthofen's calculations seem to have been a little bit wrong, and so trapped himself inside of a container. And because of this meant he couldn't collect the golden rod for himself. Luckily for him, as we know, the Call of the Dead cast were here at the same time, and so Richthofen told them to complete his objectives for him. He told them to acquire the golden rod and give it to Richthofen. That's exactly what they did. They collected it, transported it to Richthofen, and then once he had it, he travelled to his next location, which was Shangri-La. Iren Chander says, hey BOA, in Shadows of Evil, what is the tentacle that pack-a-punches your weapon? Now to me it looks like the tentacle of one of the apothecans, and it would make sense since this is the ritual area where we fight the Shadow Man. This is where the murals are on the wall for the apothecans and the Great War. Plus this tentacle looks like one that would belong to an apothecan. The apothecans have tentacles like the Mogwai, the giant one in the sky. But even so, if this is an apothecan, how is it able to pack-a-punch our weapons? How is it able to upgrade them? It's pretty strange because the pack-a-punch machine, as we were told by Richthofen, was created by a blacksmith in the Old West, and I think it's pretty clear that this one wasn't created by him. Again, does this have something to do with Dr. Monty, because there's no pack-a-punch, or for some reason maybe he couldn't, or actually you could say Dr. Monty wasn't interested in helping the Shadows of Evil crew. So actually thinking about that now, possibly this has nothing to do with Monty, I don't know. But if this was an apothecan, it wouldn't make sense because obviously they're not gonna help us out, and how would an apothecan be able to upgrade a weapon? I don't know, this is strange. We've had no explanation for it. I don't know. If you do, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hydra Traps Pokemon says, hey BOA, how does element 115 fuel the generators? Love your videos. So because 115 is a power source, that means it has the ability to power things up. Not only is 115 used to power the generators, it also powers and runs the giant robots, and many other things that we see throughout zombies. Since it was first discovered by Group 935, they've used it in many of their different experiments since Derice. They used it to also run the teleporters. The teleporters can't be powered or used without element 115. As we know, they used it in the creation of the zombies. It is used to keep them alive. Basically, 115 is a, or should I say, the ultimate power source, and it comes in many different shapes and sizes. The next question from C499918 says, why does the Panzer in Origins and Der Eisendrache look different? So why are there two different Panzers? Well, we know that the Panzer Soldats were made by Group 935 over in Origins, and they were made to excavate element 115 from the ground. The Panzer that we see in Origins specifically has a claw and a flamethrower that it would use to excavate the rock. Obviously the claw to drag it out, the flamethrower I'm not too sure what for, maybe to soften it? I mean, I don't know. But originally the Panzer in Origins was built so Group 935 could excavate 115 from the ground. And then the Panzer that we see on Der Eisendrache has had its claw replaced with what is now a cannon that shoots electrical charges. Basically similar to the shock charge from multiplayer where it stuns you. So both of these suits were built by Group 935. Like I said, the one in Origins used to excavate element 115, the one in Der Eisendrache probably used to defend them, maybe to help the Germans win the war, and just to fend off any attacks that Group 935 or the Germans might face. So they had one for excavating and the other one for, I guess you could say, defense. Anyway guys, there we go. That is all I have for you for today's video. Thank you so much for all of the questions that I've had over the year that I've been doing this series now, I think, for about 6, 7, maybe 8 months, even though Black Ops 3 has ended like well over 2 years ago. Now, we've carried on this because you guys seem to love watching the Black Ops 3 Zombies videos. I just want to mention that over the next week or so, just until I'm back from holiday, the videos on the Q&As are going to be about 5 minutes long. Some of them may be a bit longer, but in order to get a video out for you guys every day or every other day. I don't want to leave you guys waiting. They are going to have to be a little bit shorter. So, like I said, any questions you have when I come back, I will try to answer them. So, make sure you leave them in the comment section below. They are going to have to be interesting and, well, extremely different because I've pretty much answered everything that I can. But as always, if you guys have enjoyed, a like rating would be very much appreciated. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest videos on the channel. Could we shoot for 1,000 likes? And of course, I will see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.